Hello, Ajish. I'm talking to
Hey, good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Ajish. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
We have Neil and I guess John has joined too.
Yeah, he just joined.
Milind, do you know if Binu is going to join us?
Yeah, I'm pinging him, but I didn't get a response. Let me try calling him.
Sure. We can start as soon as Binu is on the call.
It's the 13th. So, Ajish, are you used to working at night? Is this a big deal for you to be making phone calls at 10 o'clock at night and all that kind of stuff?
This is just one of a meeting once in a week. Okay.
Okay, good.
And these meetings might shorten as we go, like as we get on the groove and work starts churning out. It'll mostly be a presentation meeting and yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, John, Kelly, another one of our people, and myself went through at least the first 10 pages of the Figma presentation. And that was, there are a lot of little things, tweaks here and there that we're looking at. Do you know what font you guys are using right now for the site?
I need to check with Binu. Milind, are you aware of which font is the primary font used in the site?
I'm not aware about the website. For the mobile app, we are using Proxima Nova, and for some bolder fonts, I think there's some other font called Abaligri or something. But I'm not sure about the site part because for the site they're doing it in XD and uploading the image in Figma. So we can't actually click on the font and see which font has the
exactly. I was trying to figure that out, but I couldn't see the font details. We'll have to wait for Binu to come online.
Yeah, I tried contacting him, but seems he's busy. Let me try pinging or calling him again.
Yes, Binu joined.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi, Binu. How are you?
Yeah, hi. Hello, Greg. Hello, John.
Hi, Binu. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Doing good.
Okay, Binu. The first question is, what is the primary font used on the web pages?
I'm not sure on that because I haven't checked it with the design team.
Okay. There's no other way to figure that out using to convert
Mm,
line into
just
HTML.
give me a few minutes. Just give me a few minutes. I will check with the design team and get back.
All right. So while we wait for Vinu to get the font details, set the agenda for today's meeting. Uh, Number one would be Binu showing, demonstrating uh, whatever work was uh, done in the last week's meeting. And I guess he has implemented at least a few pages um, as a working website. Not in a fully functional form, but at least the framework. Uh, and then we can go to the design review, where you can give us feedback on all the designs that we submitted last week, and if any discussions are required, take that forward. So I think Binu has shared the URL where we have set up the site. Binu, I guess it's better that you share your screen and walk us
Okay.
through the pages.
Okay,
Thank you.
Ajish. Okay, I will give you a brief demo on the backend dashboard. So we have set up, and once that is over, and when Milan is in charge, I will by that time I will get back to the design team and get you the form details. Okay, I will share my screen. Okay, Greg, is it visible for you?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. This is the admin dashboard on which we were working on. And on the left side, we will have all the core modules. Right now, we are focusing on the listing and creation modules. Like you can manage your country from here. Just don't focus on the fields and all, on the styles and all. It's all in the development phase. Okay, so you can manage your country from here, and suppose you want to add a new country, you can go for the add button, and we have written some basic validations also in this module. The same applies for the language also. You can manage or you can support multiple languages from here. Then comes the label module where you can manage your labels. We will be supporting the dynamic label functionality from here. Same case for the sports also. Then the different user roles. Then this is for the CMS module where you can dynamically create the new pages. Then you can supply the page name, then a relative URL, then the page title which you want, then the HTML content. Then you can supply the meta title and meta description also. Using this module, you can dynamically create all the pages like the about page, the about the team and privacy policy, everything. Then one more module we have implemented is the module to support the Google Analytics. Here it will take two fields. One is the Google Analytics ID, and the second one will be the code you will be getting from the Google Analytics. You can use this module for dynamically managing your production or the staging environment. Depending on the script and the code you specify here, the GA code that will appear on the front end side will vary. Then the version module is actually for supporting the Android and iOS versions. Suppose you are rolling out a new version, you can increment the version from this dashboard, and all the mobile applications will check for this API. And whenever a new version is detected, the mobile application will trigger the user that a new version is available in the Play Store. Suppose you are giving the force update on or off. Suppose you are providing it as on, then the user will have to mandatory update the app. This feature will be helpful when you are rolling out a critical bug fix. Then comes the user listing module. This module is not fully ready. Then the groups, the blog pages, then the events also, and messages. By next week, these core modules will be ready. So this is the basic dashboard which we were working on this week. And the APIs for the country, language, label, sports, roles, and pages for the mobile team to implement is almost ready. Then we have also implemented the APIs for users, like the user sign up, user sign in using the JWT token. Those APIs are also ready. So this is the update from the web team. Tomorrow we will be starting the HTML development because we have almost completed the designs. Once we get the design feedback from you, we will implement that thing also in parallel.
Okay, good.
By next week, you will have a more better functional dashboard. Right now, you can just see the things. You can just create a new country and all. Then, like this one, you can create the country.
Right.
Similarly, it is created here. Then, whenever you request for the country API, it will automatically include the Germany also. Then by next week, we will have the functionality of you can turn it on or turn it off from the listing screen. Then you will have a search. Then you can delete or undelete. All those functionalities will be ready by next week.
Okay, back to the users. Will there be an ability to have the user information in set fields there, or is that going to be more of a relational thing?
What I'm planning is whenever a user sign-ups from the mobile or the website, it will come over here. Then the admin will have an option to approve, disable, or enable the user from here. So when you click on the user name or the user email, you will get all the user informations like his groups, his blogs, everything will come in the user details page. That page we have not started it because we have not connected it to the front-end website or to the mobile apps. So right now we were focusing on the core APIs. All the user management functions will come here and it will be implemented in gradual step by step.
Are the users for on this page on the dashboard, are you going to mix the users from the site and the apps on the same page, on the same dashboard?
It will be there, but you will have an indicator like you can see the green tick, the red cross button. You will have an indicator whether the user signed up from the website or user signed up from a mobile device. You can have an indication on there.
Okay. And when we go into their user data, their history, we'll see if they're using the app or the website.
It will be there. Once the analytics module is fully functioned, you will have all the user flows and everything, user history, everything will be there.
Wow, okay. Okay, good.
Okay. Ajish, that's all from the website.
One last question, Binu. What about the roles? How have you worked out the roles?
Roles, we have created a basic screen, but we will have to map it exactly to, we will have to map it to the user team. We have not worked on that model yet. You can create it from here, like user. You can create the roles. It will display, but we have not assigned any privileges or anything yet. We are working on those modules.
Okay. Very good.
All right. Thank you, Binu.
Thank you, Binu.
Okay. Okay. I will connect. I will connect to the design team and get the details on the fonts we have used for the front end.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Milan, do we have anything on the mobile side for that we can show, or I guess you're still doing the groundwork for the mobile, right?
Yeah, yes. Actually, wait 1 second. I can let me share the screen. Okay.
Yeah, just show us whatever you have done so far. Yes.
Uh, Binu, can you just end your screen sharing? Yep. 1 second. Okay, I think it's visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have started converting the wireframes into UI. So this is how the things are actually progressing here. So you guys already have seen the wireframes, right? So this is just uh, the UI part. So guys, 1 second. Yeah, yes. So the sign in page, forgot password, the sign in page, sign up page. Uh, this is a place for adding all the user details, sport selection, and this will be the home page as you guys suggested. It will be in white, and yeah, these are all the other related pages for events, blogs, create, all those stuff. So it's still in progress. We have like finished a couple of screens, but it's in progress, and we have already started developing the application along with the UI design. So we have started doing the groundworks for the project foundation, and already I think I have completed like 4 screens, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5 screens, I guess. But we have to we need to have the API integrations and all those stuffs to be in place. So yeah, I can just show the things in simulator. If yeah, is this visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how the uh, screen might look in a simulator. This will be the login screen and the forgot password, all those stuffs. Sign up. We have validations here. Okay. So all those stuffs are here. Then it's a page for the user details, and it's not complete. Not a step because we'll have to have a country picker. All those stuffs needs to be in place.
Yeah, that's okay. Milan.
Yeah. So this is a place where we actually do the adding the sports, assigning the roles, all those stuff. But all these things are in progress. So these are the completed screens from the mobile app side. So 1 second. No, the validation is failing, I guess. There's something wrong with the validation. So I guess there is a home screen which also is under progress. I couldn't show that. So yeah, that's it about the mobile app side. So we have already started working on stuff. And it's been going really well. Once we get the APIs ready, we'll be starting to integrate the API section also uh, to that. So yeah, it's going good. That's it.
Thank you. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Craig. So let's switch over to you for the feedback on the UI.
I'll hand it over to John on that. He's the center source on that.
Sure.
John, you there?
Greg, I have pasted the link to the font we have used on the website. Its name is Poppins and it is a Google font.
Is it a common mobile font like on both iPhone and Android?
When I checked with the design team, they said that it will work with mobile devices also, since it is a Google font.
Yeah, it's going to be easier to work to take care of that because you're only talking about two environments, iPhone and Android. So you'll be able to match that up pretty easily. I think we're more concerned about the web font because there are thousands of fonts and some are more web friendly than others. So we want to make sure that we're using ones that can be used. The usual. Also, for accessibility purposes. So Arial, Calibri, Century Gothic, that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
let's ask John what his thought is on that.
I think John is having some network issue.
I don't know if he can hear us or what.
I'm hearing some noise from the Johnson.
Is that better?
Yeah, John, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, for the web, we're going to want to specify two typefaces. We're not sure what typefaces we want to use yet. That's why we're asking what you've kind of developed already, because I know there was feedback that they liked the font that was being used in the screenshots. But we'll want to specify two specific typefaces, and then the third would be just the generic sans serif as a fallback. But we are looking to use on the web what are considered accessible fonts. Probably something like Arial, Calibri, or Verdana, something along those lines. But if you can let us know what fonts you're using on the web, that's a good starting point.
John, we are using a font called Poppins. It is a Google font. I have pasted the link.
You're using that on the web also?
It is on the web.
Yes, we'll probably want to change that.
Okay.
Yeah, there are actually some rules over here in the US that require us to have an accessible font. And otherwise you get fines and that kind of stuff. So we have to make sure we're using one of those. Although the font that you're using looks really good, it looks also very close to Calibri and a little broader than Arial, but it's a very good looking font, but I think one of those other three might make more sense as far as our staying within US guidelines.
Okay, noted.
So John, do you want to start going through the tweaks that we had?
Yeah, I don't think I really took a whole lot of notes, Greg. There were two specific things that we wanted to kind of follow up on, and that was the calendar displays and what was going to be on the calendars, which we talked about last week. and the other was the inboxes. One of the things that we kind of decided after was there seemed to be two places to get messages. One was your inbox, which is where your messages would come. And then there was another area for invitations. And I think we want to consolidate all of that into one inbox. We kind of decided it would be a much better user experience if there's really just one inbox for every type of message that you get, whether it's a friend request, an invitation to an event, an invitation to a group, a direct message, a message about parental approval or something along those lines. So we want to consolidate everything into one inbox, and then have a filter that allows you to filter your inbox view to a specific type of message. And there were four specific types that we identified that we want to be able to filter on. One would be event invites. The second would be group invites. The third would be friend requests. And the fourth would be parental related messages. The fifth filter would be basically all other types of messages. So that was probably one of the things that we wanted to have you guys address and kind of consolidate those inboxes. We think from a user experience, it makes it far easier for a user to know where to go to get their messages. You know, if I get an email or a push notification that I got a friend request, I don't want to be looking in one place, or if I got a group invite, I have to go to another place. It's kind of confusing in that scenario when there's multiple repositories. So that was one thing that we got. The other was when you're looking at various views, for example, you go to My World, there's a calendar displayed on those pages. And the question last week was, should it just be displaying my events, you know, that I somehow either accepted an invitation for, or I said I was interested in, or I in some way indicated that I'm interested or want to monitor that event. So in the calendar that displays on my world page, I forget what other page it's on, but the events that display in that calendar should just be really my events. It should not be a global list of events in my area or a list of all possible events. It really needs to be just the events that I've accepted invitations to, or I said I'm potentially interested in attending, etc. There, of course, you had a filter there, which would allow me to filter it on different mechanisms. And then, Greg, help me out here. I'm not sure where the other calendar was, but when I go to look at, there's another spot where we look at all of the events.
Yeah, that's on the
Which is
UB
not-
universe.
Yeah, on UB Universe. Right. So that would be a list of all events that are in the system, whether or not I've specified that I'm attending or I'm interested or whatever. And then in that calendar, I would also be able to filter down to a specific region or state or by sport, that type of thing. We felt that that's much more appropriate, because if I'm looking at My World, I'm seeing posts and videos and things related to stuff that I'm participating in, the sports, the groups that I'm participating in. And the calendar should really reflect my stuff in that section. But of course, we need to allow the people to view events that are out there that they may not have seen yet, so that they could just browse through different events to see if there's something they'd want to attend. So those were the two primary pieces of feedback that our marketing team came back with and feel would provide a better user experience related to those two pieces of functionality.
Okay.
I think the third topic that we talked about, and you guys were going to discuss it on your end, was how do we address getting an ad above the fold on the web? Because there's definitely some trade-offs in, you know, screen space if we push an ad up higher on the page. So you guys were going to kind of look at the layout to see what you thought might be appropriate. Greg and I have kind of thought that one of the things that we could do is go with, you know, kind of a long horizontal ad at the top of the page. And we could kind of compensate for that space by making the hero image less tall. But we're not sure that that's the most effective way to do it. So we were looking for some of your feedback if you guys have had a chance to kind of give that some consideration.
Yeah, John, frankly speaking, our design team was busy working on the remaining screens, and we haven't really checked it on how to tweak those sections.
Okay, so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start connecting with the bigger organizations that we're going to have accounts on. So one of them is going to be, you know, Google AdWords and DFP for publishers. So we have one already, but I think we have to establish a brand new one. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll set you guys up, one of you guys, as the developer contact, and of course John will be included too. But we also have to think about a connection with AWS for a new account there. But back to this, I think it's it'll be interesting to see from them what's the most popular ad sizes, and I'll pass it on to you guys as well once we get it set up.
Okay.
Okay, I think anything else, John, that we have?
No, those were the primary things that we got from our most recent review.
And we have we had a bunch of little tweaks that are basically design tweaks that probably could be worked out pretty quickly. There's one place where you have a button that is bright red and then turns pink when it's turned off. And another button right next to it that's dark blue that turns to light blue when it's turned off. And Kelly, our third person in the design team, was saying that probably shouldn't be red to pink. It probably some other color to a lighter color of that.
Okay.
Greg, did you put those markups in Figma, right?
Yeah, they're. I did not put that markup in Figma. I just started doing that, so I can go ahead and do that when I see it, and I'll send it. I'll just update Figma as we do that.
Okay, Greg.
Okay.
Is that where you guys want to put us to put comments on the screenshots and the mock-ups of the pages, like in Figma?
Figma will be helpful because our design team will be regularly checking it, and they will be updating it on the Figma itself. And the developer team will be using the Figma for development also. So that is the right place.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We didn't want to start marking up on like printouts or screenshots and then passing you off other documents. I'd rather kind of consolidate it so everything is in one place.
Mhm. Yeah, Figma is the right place because every time you will be checking. Any one of our team member will usually spot it.
Okay, good, very good.
All right, I'll start marking those up and taking it from there. All right, I think that's it for us.
Yeah, Greg. So tomorrow we will be moving to the HTML phase now, and along with your design feedbacks, we will incorporate them once they are ready in Figma.
Excellent. All right, good. Also I saw on the front page of the app, you have UB World. I think we have to stay with UB Sports or the UB Universe.
Okay, Milan.
Yeah, yes. Okay, actually, we were a little bit confused about what to give. So our design team suggested, how about UB word? So we just kept that. Okay, I'll change that. What do you want me to have?
The front page of the UB Sports app should be UB Sports.
Okay, it will be UB Sports, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm changing it right away.
Yeah, it would be nice if also we have the tagline that we're using for that will right now be you, the letter U, then the big B, and it'll say you belong. But we'll work on that as we go along, as the marketing team solidifies that.
Okay. So yeah, we'll find a space to add those. I mean, add the tagline once you guys have fixed that. That's fine.
Great. All right.
Okay.
So we're working right now on the UB Sports app, and we haven't done anything with the trainer apps yet, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we have started from the SRS, right? We didn't have a discussion on the SRS and all those stuff, right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So talking about that, Greg, I hope you got the SRS for the AT app and the yoga app. Maybe from this week onwards, we can have a discussion on the same, and at the same parallelly, we can keep on the designing for the AT app and the yoga app.
Okay, so I'll look at those right today as well. I'm gonna be working on your stuff all day today, so that's my job.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, guys.
So Ajish, do we have anything else to discuss? I guess you're
yeah.
muted.
Jibin, I think we have covered all the points we have planned for discussion.
Okay,
Perfect.
good.
So,
Thank
you, Greg.
There's one
Yes, please,
additional thing I'd like to ask you guys to think about for next week is
Okay.
I want to start working on setting up our production and staging environments for the web and the CDN and stuff like that. So I want to start getting my hands on some of the architectural documentation on how you plan the environment to be set up, so that I can kind of map that to a strategy for our AWS platform. So I don't know what kind of documentation you have now, but if you can put some things in Slack, I'd be happy to start looking at them. Otherwise, maybe we can discuss some of that next week.
Yeah, sure, John.
Obviously, what I'm trying to avoid is for you guys to say, okay, we're ready to release this in a couple weeks, and we don't have an environment ready. We're capable of taking the app and all of the data. So.
Yes. That makes sense.
All right. Good. All right. Thanks, guys. John, we'll talk later on, but everything else looks like it's moving along nicely.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Greg.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you, everyone.
Thank you, John.
Talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.